You guys can already see all the parts. You all know what time it is. Let's get right into it. So let's go ahead and get this frame built. I've already done the stack screws through because once you put on the bottom plate, you can't access them. I've also put on the few 3D prints on the arms. This is for the immortality on the bottom. And well, I've got my antenna mount here. So let's just grab an arm. Nice. So the arms are in. Mostly. Just gotta flip this whole sandwich over. If you're on them standoffs. So starting to look like a frame now. Uses these little tabs to secure the arms at the back and the front. Okay, so that is bottom section of the frame mostly completed. And I haven't even tightened it up, but it's pretty stiff already. Got a little bit of play in the back, but if I screw these down into the 3D print properly, they'll be good. So next up, we are going to assemble our VTX, well, our video transmission system. So I'm using the Runcam Micro V2, as well as the HDZero 1W Freestyle VTX. And for this, I'm going to use the 120mm MIPI cable. So this guy should just pop in right here. This guy should just pop in right there. This one. And here. That is 2. Nice. So I'll go ahead and throw on the backing plate for that, as well as the little retainer that comes with it. So the MIPI doesn't touch the backing cover. Nice. Right. So, if my initial measurements were about right, should be just perfect in length. I was really worried it might not have been long enough, but no, we're just about fine. So, onward. Secure these screws. Alright, so now let us deal with the stack. I'm using the Diatone Mamba Mini F4 Gen F7 and this 55 amp 20x20 ESC by Diatone. Because for whatever reason this particular stack came with M3s, but it's 20x20, so had a bit of a mishap there, but we go on. I seem to have a shortage of 20x20 gummy. M2 gummies, so just making do with some spares I had lying around. It's gonna be a little mismatched, but once it flies right. Right, so gummies in. Go ahead and sit the ESC down. Right. That's decent. And some spacers. And flight controller. Just sizing it up. Alright. We can live with that. Alright. So we've got the ESC seated. We can go ahead and start soldering up stuff. So let me get my XT60 leads ready. I don't know why Diatone sent such a massive capacitor, but I'll use my own. Right. Okay, positive to the left, negative to the right. Let me just prep my soldering gear. Trusty TS100 as always. Alright, 60 leads sorted up. I think probably about, that might be too long. About here, so it should be just fine. So now I am gonna mount my motors. And because of the 3D print, I had to end up getting some longer ones, but no issue. Nice. Alright, and the motor wires will just track right about here. Right. Right, finally. Jeez. Alright. Before we do that, capacitor. So I'm using the Waffles cap. So essentially I'm no longer forced to keep the capacitor here. I was actually planning to just mount it right hereabouts and use one of these motor wires to get it across the 60. So sorry, the pads. So I will go ahead and do that quick. Lovely. And that's good. Wonderful. So capacitors in. Now onto the flight controller. And that's it. This is probably the least solid I've had to do on a flight controller ever. They made this very convenient. Actually completely matches the layout of the pins. Well done, Matek. Nice. So that is GPS sorted. And by cutting them GPS wires, I now have enough wires to do my receiver. And for this we're using Happymodel. What is this? The EP1 diversity? It is indeed the EP1. So I figure that could sit maybe right behind the capacitor here. That way I can run one of these guys to mount underneath the frame, and then the other one to come out on an arm. Lovely. Let me just slide on the shrink wrap. May have been easier to do this without the antennas on, but I got it right. Wonderful. And glide this guy through here without destroying it. That's one. The moment we've all been waiting for. Time to find the VTX. So in order to update the VTX, you essentially load the VTX firmware onto an SD card. And well, I have the HDZero goggles, so you can simply get the firmware update cable, which is somewhere right here, and just plug it in. And here. Like so. So we're good to go. VTX is updated. So this is the one that came stock with it, but we don't really need to use this per se. We can just use the DJI plug because it has, well, 9 volt ground TX-RX, which is actually pretty much all we need. So I'll go ahead and deepen these other two. Extra ground on S-Bus. Hit the tab and pop it out. I'm hoping these are the same type of pins on the other side so that I can just put them in here instead. They seem to be, so I'll go strong and hope for the best. Right, and that'll do it. So if I wire this up correctly, it should just work off the bat. And plug you in. Alright, so it's a new day. I left this build basically 95% done. Well, when we left off last night at least. So what I did in the meantime, I just mounted the GPS right here on this arm, at least until I can get a backpack to let it come off the back. I have mounted the VTX with, well, all 4 M3 screws. It's nice and solid. This is in order, went ahead and shrink wrap the receiver. I stuck down the capacitor as it should be. And yeah, and well, all the retaining clips that I didn't put in yesterday. This is pretty much the build here. I just need to throw back on the camera and the mounting brackets. Just a little bit of slack, especially so it's not rubbing on the ESC too much. What I'm going to do is actually just install it onto the plate first and then take it from there. Yeah, so that's the build there. Just throw on the top plate and send it. But of course I have to do my Betaflight. I have to upgrade my ELRS configurator. We already upgraded and unlocked the VTX. Yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into Betaflight. And actually I'll do ELRS first and then we'll dive into Betaflight, set up everything, make sure the motors are good, switches, tabs, everything, and take it from there. Alright, so we're into the ELRS configurator. And I'm just gonna build my firmware to flash the receiver real quick. Going over Wi-Fi, everything's set. Yep, so we build. And you may notice I'm using a slightly older version, and that's because all of my quads and my transmitter are on 3.0.0. It works perfectly fine for me, and well, I've combed through the changelogs and none of the updates are really applicable to my hardware. So I'll just stay on 3.0.0 until I have a reason not to. And well, the firmware is built. So let's go ahead and connect the receiver to some power. ELRS of course has wireless Betaflight. So just plug in some power, give it a minute to get into Wi-Fi mode, and we'll go ahead and flash. Alright, so now we're on the update page. So I'll go ahead to update, choose file, and well, I've already got it loaded in here. Just pick this. It's an update, and you'll notice I already did update it, but I'm just doing it over for the sake of the video. Nice. So there we go. That's ELRS updated. I'll go ahead and go into Betaflight now. Right. So now we're in Betaflight, and I'm really just gonna quickly update to 4.4. So auto detect 4.4, 1 full. I could do a full chip erase. So we don't need LED, we don't need SD. I need a mag because I have one. And that's that. Let's load firmware. And we're done. So next, apply custom defaults as always. I actually decided to just unscrew the flight controller ever so slightly to get access to the USB port. Let's just configure our UARTs real quick. This should be MSP display port. We've got the GPS on UART 2. And that's it. Save and reboot. Nice, save ports, that's that. Nightwing, so FPV. Right. Yeah, mode is not supposed to be permanently on. Cool. And this should be 0. So just get it on. Yep. That's correct. That's as it should be. So presets. Let's start. We'll go with ELRS. Save and reboot. We'll add HDZero. Unlock 3. I will also load my VTX table real quick. Save. Right. So, respond. Give me. Respond. Give me 1. Power. Stick on 25 for now. Save. Right. Let's just check out the motors. Motor direction. D shot 600. Bidirectional D shot. Save and reboot. And I'll just check the order. Nice. And last thing is motor direction. Well, seems good. Nice. So up next, I will check out the receiver, and I'm gonna need to give it a reboot so that I'll come out of Wi-Fi mode. Right. Cool. So already bound. Telemetry. So all is set. Nice. Cool. So modes. I'm really tempted to just upload my my modes from another quad, but let's not be lazy, we'll do it properly. So show you over there. Angle mode. Also got horizon mode just in case. GPS rescue. I also want my beeper. Air mode. And that's just so if I flip return to home, air mode will come back on. Right. Cool. Also need flip. Bit mode. And we'll just try launch mode because why not? Nice. So that is done. Good tuning. Throwing some rates. Now I know I can basically fling these all the way to the side, but let me just take a minute because again, this is the AOS frame. It's supposed to be one of the most vibrationally and resonance. It has like very little resonance. So back to my rates. Cool. Leave PID stock for now, leave filter stock for now. Receiver modes. Right, so that seems to be about it. Just power this up and make sure the VTX is working how it should. And I'll throw in backbox login while it's coming up. Cool. I need to fix that. I don't have all of the power options I need to. Unlocked freestyle. Great. So I've got all of my power options. Let's just close this back up and go for a fly. Okay, so now if they close, if you want to screw it down, it'll just slot in how it should. Right. On the front, we're going to add the GoPro mount one time. Okay. And there we have it. Completed. Let's go carry off our maiden.